What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live stream, people. And happy Monday, happy Monday. The days feel all mixed up at the moment, I can't lie. But big up to everyone at the start of this week, and hopefully I will have my intro back this week, because when I just drop in like that with no intro, it's not quite the same, people. But we're here. Big up to everyone. Hope you had a good weekend. And we got a lot to talk about today regarding Arsenal. We got a busy week coming up as well. 2 friendlies this week. The last 2 friendlies before the Premier League season starts. People, the Premier League starts next weekend. Next weekend, on Sunday, we will be at Old Trafford trying to win our opening game of the season. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Big up to everyone locked in. Big up Ash, man. He said, big up Curtis, it's my birthday today. Arsenal decide to launch the 3rd kit off to the Armoury. I go, happy birthday to you, Ash. Big up yourself. The green screen is back. Yep, it is. Saliba and Havertz fighting in training. Yeah, was that real? Like, I saw a picture of that. I don't know. But fights in training, I have no problem with, man. Players can fight, man. I don't care. As long as they win. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of players over the years who've had fights with each other. But big up to everyone. Hope you're all well. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe. We are growing brilliantly in terms of numbers. We're already gone past 98.1. Let's keep subscribing. Let's push towards that 100k sooner rather than later, people. You look shattered, bro. Do you know what? I'll be totally honest, Lawrence, right? My sleep pattern since I came back from Singapore, it's been crazy. And I've been loads of times on holiday, different time zones. This one, I don't know what's going on. It's improving, but because they're 7 hours in front, I'm a man, I usually stay up till like midnight, 1 a.m. maybe. But because they're 7 hours in front, I'm getting tired at like 9 p.m., 10 p.m., because that would be like 4 in the morning over there. So it's took me a week. I'm starting to shake it off still, I can't lie, but yeah, man, it's been a madness. Saliba is probably saying he is tired of carrying that donkey, you know what I'm saying? He's probably, yo, what kind of finishing is that, man? Let's just have a fight. Ricardinho, been here since 11.5. Yo, big up to the community, whether it's your first day or you've been here since day one. The community's grown nicely. And we've got such a good community, man. It's a pleasure to turn up and have these discussions. You're getting old. I was thinking when it happened, like, I don't know, 9:30, 10 o'clock. I said, "Raw, this has got to be the time difference, because am I turning into that Patrick Truman, like hot chocolate, slippers, 10 p.m. You're tired?" I said, "Nah, that ain't me, bro. I'm blaming the time difference from the trip." Road to 100k, let's make it happen before the season. You never know, people. Maybe I'll do a giveaway if we hit 100k. You know me. We do that. So, yeah, man. Little encouragement, Goated community, my legends every single time. Really appreciate your support. Wherever you are in the world, you guys really do turn up and support all the time. Speaking of support, we are sponsored by Match Bingo today. Link in the description. Scan the QR code. They've been brilliant this summer supporting the channel. A lot of people have won on the game as well. Use the code or scan the QR code and you'll get £10 free if you deposit £5. Big up Villarreal Fan TV. I have seen your email. I will get back to you. Are we set for Wednesday? And I'm hearing Villarreal are going to sign Thomas Partey of all players. And I mean, is he going to play on Wednesday? Like, Villarreal Fan TV, what's happening? Is he actually signed? I saw that, like, there's an agreement. I would imagine with it being Monday, I doubt he'll play on Wednesday. That would have been crazy if Partey was playing against Arsenal on Wednesday for Villarreal, who obviously is Pepe still there as well. I think Pepe's still there. Little J said, best YouTuber without question, deserve the 100k. Really appreciate that. Darren Martin said, best YouTube content creator out there by a country mile. Hey, blessings each and every time. Apparently he's passed his medical. Wow. That is mad. That is mad. But it just shows, don't it? Like, football is I say it all the time to people, man. Football is brutal. Football is brutal. People think like boxing, USC, because you see the physical damage and, these guys get seriously hurt. But football is absolutely one of the most ruthless sports you could ever be involved in your life. Honestly, it's crazy. Like, people know that some of these players have got cases hanging over them and PR disasters, but they're going, boy, but man need a good defensive midfielder and he's a free agent right now. Like, I'm telling you, shameless. Football is shameless and brutal, people. I'm telling you now. It's even dodgy in the lower leagues. I've heard stories about, bro, stories galore, man. The amount more backhanders than Federer against Nadal, my friend. Brown envelopes all over the place. I'm telling you, in the lower leagues. Gets even crazier in the lower leagues. Villarreal Fan TV said Pepe just signed a new contract. He's so good for us. Partey is basically signed, but the club are awaiting the trial, which is today. The fan base are peed off. Wow, yeah, man. It's Pepe. I always thought was a good player. He just didn't fit our system. Very laid back player, and you know Arteta wants pure work rate, especially out of his winger. So Villarreal on Wednesday night. Bilbao on Saturday evening. Then that's us done for pre-season, and then it's Manchester United the following Sunday, people. So basically, let's listen. Ash, big up to Ash on his birthday. He mentioned it about the new kit. The new kit came out today. I've said my piece. I want to know what you guys think and give me your opinions. I mean, we always got kits. H-Town Rocket, by the way, just said, yo, Curtis, I just got a job at the Emirates, so Arsenal better start playing good. Yeah, man, influence it, you know. Do what you need to do, man. I don't know if I told you guys the story, but my son, Tayshawn, had a tournament there. So me and Cruz was walking around the Emirates, and we went in Mikel Arteta's office, and he wrote in permanent marker, sign Gyökeres in capitals with loads of exclamation marks. And then we obviously signed him. So you got to do your bit, you know what I'm saying? I'm over there telling Leao, come to Arsenal. We need a left winger. Go and get Leao, man. I've already done the groundwork. I don't know. Anyway, let's talk about the new kit. Let's talk about the new kit, which came out today, the third kit. I'm going to tell you my opinion. I'm going to tell you my opinion, and I've tweeted it, and you guys let me know your opinion, because I'm always very intrigued to hear what you guys think. Two sons, bro. Two sons I've got. I said the collar stops this being a classic for me. The kit, it's impossible to dislike this kit. This kit is clean, by the way. Clean as hell, people. Like, this kit is clean. For me, I don't, and I'm old school myself. I don't want that big floppy collar on the neck. I don't want it. If this was a round neck, I'm wearing it right now for this stream. 100%. I would have copped this morning. That big collar, nah, not for me. I'm being honest. That it's old school, and I get it. People love the old school vibe. Do you know what I'm saying? And the collar, and you remember Cantona pulling up the collar, and I don't want the collar on the shirt no more. I don't want no Yang collar. I don't want it. The kit is lovely, lovely kit. You know, anytime you put burgundy and white and you look at the detail, when you zoom into it, look, they've got the Highbury Halls, what they had on the wall. They've put that on the kit for the nice little detail, which is great. You've then, obviously, you've got Timber wearing it there. And then, I mean, look, there's a woman's version of it with a different collar. No collar on it. But the men's one has that. So for me, yeah, that's where I'm at. It's clean. I think it will be very, very popular. Got the old school Adidas badge. It's giving cricket vibes. I get it. The collar goes with it. Yeah, man. People saying it's got the old school cricket vibe, Viv Richards settings. You know what I mean? It's clean, man. You're going on holiday or the sun's out, you throw that on. It's a quality, old school fashion vibe. You've got the old school Adidas badge. You've got the collar on it. I get it. Just for me, I didn't want the collar on it. If it was round neck, I'd be wearing it right now. I'd have copped it at 9 a.m. this morning. But it's a beautiful kit. I'll give Adidas some credit. They've made a nice kit. You know, really, really nice kit. So I have no problem with it. I'm just not going to buy it. I'm not going to buy it. What do you guys think? Clean, like clean, of course. It's super clean. Super, super clean. Jan Koller, what a striker. Remember him? Jan Koller. Buy the women's one. Nah. We can't do that. We can't do that. If you are hench, the collar is cold. Maybe. Maybe. The collar's too big. And I think, yeah, the collar looks massive as well. But listen, I get it. A lot of people will buy it. It's really, really nice. I saw it actually already. Yeah, with the detail and everything, looks really, really nice. The sad thing about these third kits is they don't get worn often. If you look over the last few years, we had that pink third kit a couple of years ago, which was nice. We had the green one, and we don't hardly wear them. We'll wear the away kit. For me, home kit, away kit should be traditional colours. And then the third kit, I think, do whatever you want, go crazy. So I think this should actually be the away kit, and the blue and black one should be the third kit. But it is what it is. To be honest, as I always say, people, the kits that you look back on and say, that's one of my favourite kits, that's a classic, they're the ones where you've won things in it. Like, let's be honest, the O2 kit, where we was invincible, it's an all right kit. But because we were invincible, it looks like the best kit you've ever seen in your life. It all sort of goes down to how successful you were in the kit anyway. So we go and win major trophies this year. These kits are unbelievable. So listen, we've got to start winning things. You know, I remember when the home kit came out a couple of years ago, that beauty with the gold down the side. I said we have to win trophies in that. It's too nice. And we didn't. So let's win things in it. Legacy makes the kit 100%. So listen, nice kit. I think it'll be very, very popular. One thing Arsenal are very good at is bringing out new kit. Did I say 04? 04 I meant. Yeah, Invincibles. You know what I'm saying? Invincibles, 02, just the regular red and white one. I've got that kit. It's nothing special. But when you go all season unbeaten, all of a sudden that kit means everything. I actually love the burgundy kit at Highbury. I love that one. I like the burgundy. I'm surprised we've never re-released a burgundy home kit, because I love that kit. When Henry scored the penalty and kissed the ground at Highbury, and I love that kit. But the black kit. Somebody actually tweeted that the other day. They said you just had to be there. The black kit, man, was just absolutely. I was looking at Gabriel Jesus that season like, you are unreal. That kit was a masterpiece. And that's what I'm saying. We get bumped because some of these kits should last 2 years. You get a great kit and you get 1 year out of it and it's done and you're like, come on, man. Yeah, that kit was a masterpiece. Look at this. Look at that kit, man. You're supposed to win the Premier League in that kit. You're supposed to win a Champions League in that kit. That kit is meant to go down in the history books. That is one of the best kits we have brought out. And we won nothing. You're supposed to lift the title in that kit. But hey, it is what it is, people. It is what it is. The Gabbies were repping them times there. I thought Gabriel Jesus was going to be a monster for us. But it is what it is, people. It is what it is. Right, let's move on and let's get into the football chat rather than the kits. The bucket hat is a killer too, said David. Yeah, Gabriel, man, with the vibes. Let's talk about Noni Madueke. I almost forgot we ever signed this guy. Did I want to forget or did I just forget by accident? Who knows? But he's back, and he's back today. Simon Collins tweeting out this morning, Noni Madueke has cut short his holiday to return to training with Arsenal. Big week in the club's pre-season preparations with 2 friendlies at the Emirates. Madueke eager to hit the ground running. Apparently he was entitled to another week off, but returned over the weekend to start training today, which is the first day that the whole squad are back together now. And obviously, we've got a game on Wednesday and a game on Saturday, so they expect him to be involved in some capacity. I think we've all got to agree to something now with Noni Madueke, wherever we're at with him. Some of you think he was a good signing. Some of you really didn't want to sign him. I think you know which category I'm in, from the videos and the things that I've said. He's at the club now. One thing I know for certain is that Gabriel Martinelli is absolutely stinking out the place at the moment. stinking out the place like you would not believe. That's not me saying that I want Madueke playing left wing, by the way, because he's not a left winger. But I think he's going to end up playing left wing for us. But what I'm saying is at the moment, the standards are on the floor. Standards are on the floor. Martinelli's playing terrible. So if he comes into the side, or even if he's just an impact player off the bench, we need him to do something. He costs £52 million. I still can't believe Chelsea got that much money out of us for him. But he needs to offer us something. What we saw last season was we were short in games where our starting 11 couldn't win them. We needed to be able to go, you, and you, come off the bench, impact the game, bring something. What I'm hoping for at the very minimum from Noni Madueke is pace, dribbling ability, causing problems in 1v1 situations. Now, Arjun, you're going mad, man. You're going mad. I said, we don't talk about Almunia. And the brother spelt my name with a K the other day. Not you, but the other guy. But you're just trolling, so I'm not actually going to give you the 3 minutes. You're playing up on purpose, so I'm going to leave you there, bro. You know what I mean? But nah, Noni, listen, good luck to him. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. I wouldn't have bought him. But one thing I will say is Arsenal severely lack players that can go and take people on badly. You know, Martinelli at the moment is playing poor. I actually think Trossard's quite good 1v1, but doesn't have the pace to get away from these guys. Saka, we know, is good, but he gets kicked that much. He gets doubled up on. He's not lightning quick either, Saka. So we've got to support him. Whatever we think now, he's our player. He's signed for 5 years. We got to hope something happens, even if you're just impacting the game as a super sub. I'd rather have Leao. Well, you saw my video. You've heard my opinion. I would definitely go and get Leao, but it'd be expensive, and we're not even being linked with him actually at the moment. So we'll have to see. But yeah, Noni Madueke is back. Maybe some training photos will come out later today of Noni Madueke, which I actually almost forgot that we'd signed him, which is crazy. Isn't it crazy, by the way, at the moment? This whole saga that's going on with Benjamin Sesko, Newcastle, Manchester United battling it out. Just seen a story saying they want a guaranteed 80 million euros up front plus add-ons. So you're looking at this could end up costing them 70 to 75 million. I'm so glad that we got Gyökeres and got out of there rather than being caught up in this madness of Benjamin Sesko. I mean, I didn't want Sesko in the first place. But the fact it's such a saga is going to be so expensive. Apparently, they want a sell-on clause. You know, I'm just so glad we're nothing to do with it. I think Newcastle they must be thinking, what the hell is happening right now? Like, richest owners in the world. You've won your first trophy in 70 years. Went in for João Pedro, got rejected, went to Chelsea. Went in for Mbeumo, got rejected, went to Man United. Your best players turned around and said, I want to leave, and doing all sorts to leave. And now Sesko's got them hanging by a string. And I get this impression that Sesko's going to end up at Man United as well. So Newcastle must be thinking, they thought they'd hit the jackpot trophy, richest owners. All of a sudden, your best player's going to leave. You can't spend the money because of PSR. You got bumped on Ekatike as well. Couldn't get him. Liverpool little broger. It's tough, man. It's tough. You know, you can't. Having rich owners now is not enough. You need more than that because the rules have changed. You know, when Man City and Chelsea, they could just blow up the market. With PSR, and I'm not sure whether, was Isak desperate to leave at the back end of last season? I mean, maybe he did tell them that. But I think he's probably looked at the summer and gone, didn't get João Pedro, didn't get Mbeumo. They were linked with Cunha. You haven't signed any. I think they've signed Alanga, and that's it. So it's difficult. It's difficult, man. You've got to. If you're not moving forward, you're standing still. And if you're standing still, players want to leave, and you get left behind. So yeah, Newcastle have had a bit of a rude awakening. Sellers Bruno G. The problem is if they sell Isak, they're going to be very well balanced financially. Maybe next summer they'll have to sell Gordon or Bruno. Rodrigo's gone quiet. Yeah, I think he'll stay. I've said for a long time I think Rodrigo will stay at Real Madrid. Um, but we'll see. You never know. Will we get some late movement? Who knows? Let's talk about Eze. Daily Eze, people. In fact, let me read out these super chats because they're mounting up. People are moaning that I'm not reading them. Ian said, love you really, Big C. Road to 100k, my brother. Hope Cruz and the family are well. Blessings, man. Appreciate everybody who sent their well wishes. Brothers in Arsenal, big up to you with the super sticker. He also said, love your question to Saliba. Straight to it. Yeah, man, like I said, man, we're not journalist people. I ain't been to university. I don't want to work for a newspaper. I'm a football fan on YouTube, sitting in the room talking to you guys about football. When Saliba's there, oh, hi, William. Yo, bro, Saliba, are you new contract? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. That's how it is. So, and like I said, I think sometimes these guys, they appreciate that more rather than, oh, this, that, the other, you know? Big up to you, brothers in Arsenal. Lawrence says top 5 kit of all time, in my opinion. Wow, he loves it. He loves it. It's clean, I can't lie. But I won't be buying it. What do you think's the best kit out of the 3 this year? I love the home kit. And home kits don't often, they don't change much, but I really like the home kit. I think the home kit's the only kit I'll probably buy this summer. The away kit's all right. I think it looks better in person. And the 3rd kit is nice, but yeah, if it was a round neck, I would have bought it. Darkside Gunner, hey Curtis, just started my Arsenal channel. Thanks for the inspiration. Big up. As I always say, anybody that starts a channel, you got a legitimate business, a website, anything, you can promote in this comments. If I see it, I'll bring it up. Darkside, promote your channel. I'm assuming it's called Darkside Gunner. If it's called something else, throw it in the community. You know we're a strong community here. 2.5k locked in already. Obi said, would you sign Greenwood on the left? Would be mad. I think Mason Greenwood, in terms of talent, is absolutely outrageously good. I swear, like, he is an outstanding football player. If you're looking at just pure talent, he's outrageous. It's a PR disaster. You can't. I don't think Greenwood can play football in England, to be honest. He'll have to play abroad probably for his whole career. Akeem, big up my bro. PSG makes sensational kits. Listen, let's be real. 10 years ago, who wore PSG kits? Nobody. Nobody, unless you was a PSG fan. Over the last 10 years, I've had PSG tracksuits. I'll be totally honest with you. My kids got PSG kits, sponsored by Jordan, and their wave was just crazy. And they've still got it going. And you look at the PSG kits, they're insane. I think we'll end up in a time where designer companies are sponsoring clubs. I think you'll end up with somebody will be sponsored by Louis Vuitton or something. I suppose the only problem you've got is how much the kit would cost. They probably wouldn't allow that. So maybe we won't end up with Louis V, but maybe a training kit or something. But yeah, man. Saliba fight with Kai because Arteta wants his son to play centre back. Well, wouldn't surprise me. Stevie Wonder, stupid question. What are you looking forward to the most this season? That's actually a good question. I think at the moment, my biggest excitement as an Arsenal fan is just purely Gyökeres. That's it. That's it, to be honest. I don't think we've done enough right now to win the league. I said this. I think we're probably 1 or 2 players short of me going into a season believing. There's a difference between hope and belief. Every football fan has got hope. It doesn't matter what team you support, now higher level, you all start that season with hope. Genuine belief is a totally different thing. I think people with belief are the people that end up successful in life. People who hope, you're looking for a miracle. People buy lottery tickets hoping they're going to win the jackpot and get rich. People with belief and understanding, they figure out, right, there's a tiny chance I'm ever going to win the lottery. So I need to figure out how to get rich in a different way. And I think as an Arsenal fan, for a long time, I've just got hope. And I'll be honest, at the moment, I don't think we've quite done enough for me to believe that we're going to win this title. I just don't. And I still don't believe in the manager enough. And that's me being totally honest. I just don't. I haven't seen enough. I don't mind Arsenal. I can't say I don't mind, but I haven't got a huge problem with Arsenal losing a pre-season game if we're seeing them do things the right way. But you've just got a few teething problems, you know. It's like going to the gym and you try and put on a couple extra plates and it's heavy. I can't quite get to 10, but I got to 5, and next time I'm going to get to 7, and now I'm at 10, and now I can move up. I want to see a different Arsenal. I don't want to see the same Arsenal that I saw last season, because last season we were boring for the majority of the season. So that's where I'm at, man. I want to see. I need to see genuine belief that I think we're going to outdo Liverpool. I think Liverpool are better than us now. If they throw Isak in there, all I'm doing is going in with hope. That's it. Big up Shane Gooner. Shane, big up yourself, bro. I want to say congrats to you, by the way, because Shane messaged me, I can't remember how long ago, a few months ago, said he was going to start a channel, and I've come across you a couple of times on YouTube, so big up yourself, bro, doing your thing. And yeah, man, I appreciate you tuning in. He said, nah, first season as an Arsenal fan, I have no hope going into a season. I mean, to be honest, over the last few years, I've gone in with less hope than I've got this season, because at least we've got a striker, but the league is so strong now that you can't look at your team as an 11 and go, I'm not sure about that, that, and that. If you're unsure about 2 or 3 players in your 11, you're probably not going to win the title. I look at Liverpool's team right now and I'm going, where's the weakness there? There's not a lot. I'm looking at Arsenal and I'm going, we don't have a good enough left winger. Our midfield's a bit of a question mark. How's Zubimendi going to get on? Rice in this left 8 doesn't look great to me. Odegaard's a big problem at the moment. Can you get Odegaard back to what he was 2 years ago? If he plays like last year, you've got to get him out the team. There's a lot of question marks there, man. There's a lot of question marks there. And those question marks are what don't give me that full belief that we're going to do it. Realistically, we need Jacquet to come to the Prem and score like 30 goals. That's probably the only way we got a chance. If Jacquet has that like Haaland season when he turned up, he scores 30 league goals and he's just a monster, then we might have a chance. But that's a big ask, especially with the way we play. So we'll see. We will see. I get that. I've watched Liverpool a couple of times. Their fullbacks are very attacking and they look quite small. So I think teams will put a lot of crosses in and try and cause Liverpool problems. But they've got so much quality. They've got so much depth. Ekitike probably on the bench or playing left wing, and you got Gakpo, you got Ekitike, probably have Isak, you got Salah, they got Verts. I mean, it's crazy, and it shows that if you buy right, you don't have to keep buying. Why have Arsenal bought 6 or 7 players in this window? With all the money that we've spent over the years, you should have to buy less players, really. Shane said, yeah, man, you gave me some encouraging words at the start, Curtis. It meant a lot. Real one. Big up, bro. As I said, man, anybody in the community, man, listen, most of you guys, you could start channels. You know what you're talking about. And if anyone does start a channel, get it in the chat and we'll promote it. And hopefully you guys' channels will grow as well. Odegaard is Arsenal's worst captain ever. Do you know what? Somebody tweeted that the other day and it got loads of traction. There was a lot of Arteta fanboys in the chat defending it, but they were saying, is Odegaard the worst captain ever at Arsenal? And I thought, I mean, we've had some bad captains, right? And obviously, Gallas springs to mind because he was a crybaby on the pitch. But there's not a lot about Martin Odegaard that I look at and think, that's why you're the captain. Because I think you can be 2 different type of captains. You can be a Tony Adams, Patrick Vieira, where you're vocal. You're going to tell people what to do. And sometimes, especially if you're an inexperienced player, you might need that. You've also got the Cesc Fabregas that's not that vocal, but is leading by example. Give me the ball. I might not be shouting at you, but if we're in trouble, give me the ball and I'll fix it. I don't know which one of them Martin Odegaard is. He's certainly not shouting and vocal. And how often does he win as a game? So I've said on this channel multiple times, in or out of form, I don't think Martin Odegaard should be wearing the armband. I just don't. I think maybe it's even holding him back. You know, he's a young lad, came through at Madrid, gets to Arsenal. Should he really be Arsenal captain? For me, it's nailed on. It should be Declan Rice. Absolutely nailed on. Declan Rice should be the Arsenal captain. I like Gabriel as well, but I think the way Declan Rice can communicate, I think he's becoming one of the face of Arsenal as well. Declan Rice should be Arsenal captain, in my opinion. But they won't do it. I just don't see Arteta doing it. Raekwon the chef, it's a PR disaster for Mason when he's married with a child to his former accuser. Don't understand the PR disaster anymore. There's a stigma attached to Mason Greenwood that I don't think he will ever shift off in this country. And it's because we all heard the audio. It's there. It's still out there. Listen, look how hard Manchester United, I won't say worked, but they didn't just go get rid of him. They didn't just say, oh, look, we've heard the audio, sack him from the club. Because they knew he's a hell of a player. Let this play out, see if it calms down. Man United knew it wasn't getting any better. Sponsors were saying we'll pull out of the club. The women's team were saying, we'll boycott. It was too much. They had to sell him, So that's just the way it is, man. Stevie Wonder said, even I can see you'll be ripping shirts this season. I won't, bro. I'm telling you. We're in a recession. I ain't ripping no shirts. And Willett has become a new member. Big up your damn self. Kieran Tierney. It's Kieran Tierney, lad. For me, and people will say, oh, you're being caught up in nostalgia. Let it go. For me, I'm sorry. Kieran Tierney should be an Arsenal player today. On the 4th of August, 2025, Kieran Tierney should be an Arsenal player. I don't care what anyone says. We do not, I repeat, we do not have a left back at our football club. Being able to play at left back and being a natural left back are two different things. I can put a shelf up, but I'm not a builder. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a total different. I can paint a wall, but I'm not a decorator. You want the whole house painting and decorating, I'm not the guy you should be calling. I can put a little bit of paint on the door and stuff if you need it. We don't have a left back. Calafiori ain't a left back. Skelly ain't a left back. Skelly's good at left back, though. I'll give him credit. I would have given Tierney a 1-year contract extension. I would have said, listen, bro, you're getting game time this season as well. You might even have been able to drop Skelly into midfield sometimes as well and say, okay, let's put. But obviously, because of the inverted left back thing, we were never going to have a possibility of Tierney staying. But I would have given him a 1-year deal. He's still a quality left back. When are we celebrating the mansion? Bro, I'm vexed about that, I can't lie. I'm not happy about it, man. They took my Instagram off me, And I'm not even big on social media. You look, anybody who follows me on socials, I don't tweet that much. I don't put much out on the gram. A man's hacked my account and Instagram are not giving it back. It's crazy. It's crazy. But we'll see, man. I'm back and forth with the emails, but it's a dangerous world if somebody can just do that. Can get into, and you think internet banking and things like, yo, is that how people can just overtake? And yo, man, I'm telling you, the money can go back in the shoebox under the bed if it has to. We go back to the old school. It's made me look at the internet different, man. What? Man can just take over your account and start posting pictures, and Instagram are acting as if I'm trying to steal someone else's account back, sending me questions like I got to prove myself. Nah, man, it's a joke. Anyway, it is what it is, people. It is what it is. Let's move on. Life goes on, right? Life goes on. Let's talk about Eze. We talk about Eze every day pretty much, don't we, until we get the deal done. Big up best football player in the world. Hey, Curtis, I'm an up-and-coming footballer and content creator. I would appreciate if you could give me a shout-out to help grow my channel. There you go, man. Good luck, bro. Big up yourself. Do you know what I'm saying? Instagram, are you a human? Move this piece of the jigsaw to the right place to get his account back, you know? Curtis, I told you link AGT at DR, he got his back. That's a great point. See, this is why the community, your legends, big up. He got his hack, didn't he? I'm going to message him. I'm going to message him. Big up yourself. I remember that. Anyway, right. Let's have a conversation about Eze. Yeah, you're right. We've gone from Gyökeres daily to Eze daily. It's funny. Like, I thought I was going to be so happy when we signed Gyökeres. And I'll be honest, I was, right? I was. You guys know I wanted Gyökeres. So getting Gyökeres, especially when I was on tour, I was delighted. I'll be honest with you though, people, and you guys let me know if you feel the same. It's worn off now. That feeling's worn off. Yo, Gyökeres, yeah. All right, what now what? Because I don't want to see left wingers looking like that. I don't want to see Madueke on the left or... That's done for me now. Number one, I think you're right, Lynch. It dragged out so long, they just took all the excitement out of it. It's like waking up Christmas Day and already knowing what present you're getting. It's not quite the same. When you weren't sure what you were getting and it was the Nintendo 64 with Diddy Kong Racing, GoldenEye and FIFA, the excitement was crazy. When you already know what you're getting, you open it pretending you're excited, but so the excitement was mashed up out of that already. I'm the Gyökeres deal ain't enough for me now. That can't. I need more than that. I need to see somebody else, especially if Liverpool going to get Isak. You've got to bring somebody else in. Now, is the Eze situation going to change people? So, Tottenham are apparently back in the race to sign Eberechi Eze. Two reasons why. Number one, Son has obviously agreed to go to LAFC. I think it's at Here We Go now. So he's left. Obviously, that's a left winger. Second of all, James Maddison got injured yesterday in the preseason friendly. They're saying it's a bad knee injury. It's the same knee injury that he did in May. They're saying it could be anywhere between 3 months to 9 months. They're waiting, obviously, for the scan to see what it is. So they are basically saying, look, Maddison could potentially be out for the season and Son's just left. Now, you've got to remember one thing. They were saying that Eze was interested in going to Tottenham at the back end of last season. The only reason that his head was turned was because Arsenal turned up. Boyhood Arsenal fan. He loves the club. He wants Arsenal over Tottenham. Cool. Tottenham turned their attention to Gibbs White. The Gibbs White deal went pear-shaped. He signed a new deal. Now Tottenham are saying, look, we're here. If Arsenal are messing about, they've got the money. You know, they were going to drop the 60 million on Gibbs White. 68 million gets you Eze. I said this before. You don't want him to be in a situation where he's thinking, I want Arsenal, but Arsenal aren't turning up with the money. Do I stay at Palace or do I go to Tottenham? Tottenham are a bigger club, bigger stadium, better training ground, Champions League football. He's 27. He's not just going to sit around on emotion for the rest of his career. This is probably the time for him to move at 27 years of age. We've got to be careful. I said this about Gyökeres. It worked out. I said, don't force him where he ends up at Man United. They need a creative midfielder. Maddison is their creator. Kulusevski's injured. Gibbs White deal collapsed. Son's left. They've got the money. They haven't bought many players. They can buy him. So we have got to be careful. And I don't understand what we're waiting for to get the deal done. I think the problem is now we've got to sell. I think we've got to sell before we can make a major signing. When you look at this transfer window, we've spent 200 million. When you look at Madueke, Gyökeres, Mosquera, Zubamendi, and all the other guys that we've done, we've spent 200 million. We've only actually sold Nuno Tavares in this window. In terms of player outgoings, we're having a stinker at the moment. We've done nothing. Zinchenko, Reece Nelson, Sambi Lokonga. There was rumours about Kivior. All of these players still at the club. And I always say most of the time it's due to wages. I'm reading that Liverpool are selling some young player called Morton, is it? Tyler Morton. Hardly heard of the guy. £15 million they're getting for him. 15 million. We can't get 15 million for Zinchenko, who's the Ukraine captain. Premier League title winner at Manchester City. We can't get 15 million for him. But the reason is he's on 150 grand a week. This Morton, whoever he is, he's probably on about 5-10 grand a week. It all comes down to wages costing you the ability to sell these guys. Liverpool and Chelsea are absolutely elite at selling players. They are the best in this country by far. They get top dollar for players all the time. And it's because we've got to stop giving average players massive wages. We're now in a situation where players need to want to come here for the right reasons. We're finishing second. We're challenging for leagues. You hope it's a matter of time before we start winning trophies. You can't be giving guys who are getting 20 grand a week, 150 grand a week to convince, because they come in here for the wrong reason. So it's frustrating. You know, Eze for me, and I know a lot of people are going, you know, the window doesn't close for 3 weeks, this, that, the other. I'll be honest, people. I wanted all our business done by next week. We play Man United next week. Play Man United at Old Trafford. I've said Arsenal can go and sign 7-8 players. You go to Old Trafford and get beat. Whew, that pressure is going to escalate. Obviously, you go to Old Trafford and win. Brilliant. Those first 3 games, United away, Leeds at home, Liverpool away, then an international break. You've got to get out of those 3 games, for me, with at least 7 points. At least 7 points, which would be probably beat Man United, beat Leeds, draw at Anfield. That, for me, is worst case scenario. And that creates a lot of pressure. You need people to hit the ground running. So I think they've probably slowed down on the business because we've probably got to sell people. Big up to Dan Potts, football's 12th man. Shout out everyone for the raid. Really appreciate it. Big up Potsy and the football's 12th man community for the raid. Big up yourselves for coming over to the channel, people. Yeah, for me, I mean, I get it. A lot of people saying stay calm. I don't stay calm when it comes to Arsenal. Like I wanted us to get our business done quickly. I know sometimes it's difficult, but because he's had this release clause, it almost makes you think, what's the reason that you can't do the deal? Now, obviously, the reason must be we don't have the money, and we're trying to get him for less than the release clause, which is what we're reading. But if Tottenham are back in the running and Tottenham are going, look, there's the release clause, that turns into a problem. So, again, we've got to be careful. Now, Berta dealt with the Gyökeres situation when I was panicking. So, I'm going to trust Berta to get this deal done again. But my frustration and my question would always be to Arsenal, you knew we needed a left winger at the start of this window, and you knew we needed a striker. Why did you spend 52 million on Noni Madueke, who should be nothing more than a squad player at Arsenal? Why spend 52 million on him when you needed a left winger? Why didn't you buy Eze first? Why didn't you buy Rodrigo? Why didn't you buy Leao? Why didn't you buy the left winger to go with Gyökeres, then go, do you know what? I wouldn't mind getting Madueke as a squad player, but we need to sell 1 or 2 players first. We'll get him at the end of the window. We wouldn't be crying about that then. But it feels like, as Mickey's saying, it feels like Madueke could be the left winger. Do you know what I mean? And that's where the problem kicks in. Madueke, Gyökeres, Saka. It's not enough for me. Not when I'm seeing Wirtz, Isak, Salah. I'm just not seeing it. Left wing was a huge priority. We needed a left winger for years, let's be honest. You know, we've had 1 year out of Martinelli where we thought, oh, maybe he could be a superstar. Apart from that, we've needed a left winger for years, since Alexis Sanchez. If you win the FA Cup, do you give Arteta another year? I would say no. Not everybody will agree, and you're all entitled to your opinion. I would say if you can win an FA Cup within 6 months of being at the club, with a team that you literally obliterated and got rid of all of them. If you can win an FA Cup in 6 months with a team that was considered broken, who weren't your players, and 6 years down the line after spending, he's currently at over 900 million, he could reach 1 billion by the end of this window. If after 1 billion and 6 years, you're delivering me the same trophy you won 6 years ago, not for me. Not for me. Now, some people will say, yeah, it's a trophy, it's a building block. Not for me. I've seen Ten Hag win FA Cups. I've seen Palace win the FA Cup. Let's be real. The FA Cup has a lot of great history attached to it. I want the team to get to Wembley. We're in too far for me to be saying an FA Cup is acceptable. Not for me. And I might sound spoiled with that answer, but I hope you understand my explanation. I think when he's had that much time, that much PR, and that much money at a club of this size, I need to see a Premier League. It's difficult for me to demand a Champions League because we've never ever won the Champions League. Wenger couldn't win a Champions League with Bergkamp and Henry. So really, can I demand a Champions League with the team that we've got? But the Prem, do you know what I mean? I'm asking for a Prem, bro. I'm sorry. Everything has context. If you go and win the League Cup, the FA Cup, and you finish a point off, who knows? But I think we've been patient enough, man. I need a major. You can't, like, we know that these Salibas and that, they're not going to hang around forever. They're just not. NC USA, gonna big up yourself, man. Odegaard deserves criticism, but not all the hate. 100%. I don't even hate on Odegaard. I actually, at times, defend Odegaard. But he's got to produce more. I think he's a talented player, not doing enough. DMW said, I work for Facebook. Message me privately. Can probably get the account back, bro. CurtisShawTV@hotmail.com. Please drop me an email and I'll start the convo with you if you can. I would appreciate any help if you can do that. I think they said I met our own Facebook and Instagram, right? DMW, drop me an email, please, and I'll get back to you. Gonarola said, our problem with selling is also because we lack the relationship, personnel, and reputation Chelsea, City, and Liverpool have with other figures. Yep, 100%. Because we've had people like Edu, we've just been getting treated like the little bro, you know? Who would you rather have, Noni or Garnacho? Vivek, I'm just going to say none of them. I refuse to say one of them because I don't want none of them. You're probably going to end up with Garnacho, which means we'll probably sign him off in 3 years. I don't want none of them. You get offered 2 bad dinners, you just say, nah, leave it, man. I'll go hungry tonight. I don't want none of them. NC USA, Prem or Champions League is the minimum for Arteta to stay. Yeah, I agree. I agree. What about FA Cup plus Champions League? Of course. People have to understand, a lot of people think I'm too hard on Mikel Arteta, I'm too critical. I said, what did I say on this channel? Arteta wins the Champions League, build the statue. I'll be there, I'll cut the ribbon with the scissors. He wins the Champions League, build him a statue right next to Arsene Wenger. Or be got an agenda? No. Build him a statue if he wins the Champions League. Simple as that. So there's no agenda. I just want the guy to win. Casual Gamer said, big up Curtis. The Maddison injury sounds like an ACL. Spurs are desperate for a 10. Arsenal need to act fast. Hope you and the fam are all well. Son back soon. Yeah, he'll be out for a couple months, man. But yeah, luckily it's during the holidays, so I can stay at home, rest and that. But I appreciate your well wishes, bro. And you're right. I mean, they wanted a 10 before Maddison was injured. I don't think it's been revealed yet how long Maddison's going to be out for, but I did read that we were going to get some news on that today. Some people saying minimum 3 or 4 months. Worst case scenario could be the whole season. So that's going to accelerate them, and they obviously want a 10. So it'll be interesting. Joseph said exactly, trophies are the only things that matter at this level. 100%, bro. 100%. Big up Wolves, man. He said, if Spurs steal Eze from Arsenal and Arsenal just got Madueke, exactly. We've got to get Eze. I still want Eze and a left winger, but I just don't think they're going to do it. We need the big ears, yep. We need that star. Dre said, Big C, I think Gyökeres will struggle in this system. I'm excited to have him, but Arteta doesn't have a good track record with strikers. Also, how soon till he gets injured on the car park? I don't think one striker has been successful under Arteta. I think the first 6 months of Aubameyang was the only period, probably, and the first 6 months of Gabriel Jesus, where I've seen genuine the striker really at it. You could say the first 6 months of Oba, he was still doing what he was doing when Emery and Wenger were manager. So individual brilliance was working. I think Jesus' first 6 months, he looked like a revelation before he got the knee injury. Havertz had an okay 6 months, but not great. And Marino had a good couple of months, but they weren't at a level that was going to win us the league. So the Eze one is an interesting one because I want Eze, but seeing Eze hug the touchline, we'll have to adapt to get the best out of him. But Gyökeres, you're right. We're going to have to play a different way to get more chance creation. We don't want him dropping deep. We want him... Be interesting this week. I'm really looking forward to the two friendlies this week, Villarreal and Bilbao, because I think Gyökeres will start one of those games and we'll get a bit of detail into how he's going to be used, which hopefully will be the right way rather than what we saw against Tottenham the other day, which wasn't great. Couple of other stories to talk about. Big up to everyone locked in, man. 3.5K tuned in, and appreciate your support. Big up the Twitch gang as well. Can't forget you. Big up the Twitch gang. Arsenal being linked with a young defender. Never heard of him, by the way. Ren, young defender. Well, you know, in England, we probably call this guy Jeremy Jacquet. Sounds like a jacket potato, you know. But in France, he's probably like Jeremy Jacquet. He's been scouted extensively and is positioned highly in the club's list of potential defensive reinforcements. Listen, as I said, people, I'm not going to do it. Other channels are available. You will find channels today that will say, I've watched this guy loads of times. He's really good. Oh, this, that, the other. I say, yo, I don't know how you do it, because when we sign players from Portugal, you've watched them loads of times. Bundesliga, you've watched them loads of times. French League, you're basically a season ticket holder. I don't know how they do it. These guys online must be like Jeff Stelling, 20 screens in their bedroom on a Saturday afternoon, watching everything. Every player, they've got information about them. I don't, listen, jacket potato. Potato. I don't know nothing about the guy. I went on YouTube. I seen a few comps. I think he's a bronze card on FIFA. You know, it ain't. But anyway, apparently he's just signed a new contract at Rennes, which probably doesn't make it easy to get him. And I did see a rumor that he actually doesn't want to sign for Arsenal. I don't know how true that is, but when you look at the amount of football that he's played, he is very, very inexperienced. What I couldn't believe was he's another right-footed centre-back. I would have thought with Mosquera and Saliba, you've then got Gabriel, Calafiori. I don't know. It seems like a strange one. I thought Arsenal would go for a defender that can maybe play left-back and centre-back, the way that Jarell Harto has obviously just gone to Chelsea. I mean, looking at his details, he played 11 league games last season. 11 league games. The season before, he was in the second division when he played for Clermont, and he played 18 league games. 17 league games, actually. And before that, he was playing like reserve football. So he's genuinely played less than 30 league games in his career. I mean, that is super inexperienced. Apparently, he's a very quick, good on the ball. Rennes Academy has a fantastic reputation over there in France. And yeah, remember I said this, by the way, and we still haven't addressed this. I said this last season. Arteta has not signed one French player. Make Arsenal French again. Thierry, Petit, Pires, Vavavoum, Wiltord. Mikel Arteta has not, I repeat, has not signed a French player since he has been Arsenal manager. How crazy is that? When you think that France have got some of the best young players on the planet. He binned Guendouzi. Nearly binned Saliba, to be honest. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. Maybe they have to change their nationality to Spanish to get signed, you know. He loves a Spanish player, don't he? Oh, wow, I said this 2 years ago on member stream. Big up, and we're still here, bro. No French players. No French dons. But listen, anybody in the chat follow French football? Do you know much about him? Arteta has Guendouzi PTSD. I think he does. Guendouzi really like bothered him, didn't it? And you know what is? We had a whole, not just French players, but we had a French community going on. Like in terms of French speaking, we had Aubameyang, we had Lacazette, we had Pepe, we had Guendouzi, we had a little French connection going on here. Ornstein Bomber, please be exciting. Don't line me up for something that's like, tell me it's Eze or something. Ornstein. Oh, I mean, it's not a bomber. It's no, it's not a bomber. Bombers have to be exciting. Like that's just like, ugh. Let's get on screen. Exclusive. Stuttgart are pursuing a deal to sign Fabio Vieira from Arsenal. The 25-year-old attacking midfielder spent last season on loan at Porto, but Stuttgart approach relates to a permanent move. No agreement, but talks with Arsenal ongoing for the Portugal international. I mean, I don't even know what to say about that, to be honest. I don't have a lot to say about Fabio Vieira, and I don't want to be disrespectful, but what do you say about him, really? Like, you've left Porto, you've gone to Arsenal, you've gone on loan to Porto, they didn't want to sign you back. You end up at Stuttgart, who are, I mean, it's not good, is it? So this is a massive failure of a transfer once again. I mean, I'm just looking. Where did Stuttgart finish last season? Stuttgart finished 9th. I mean, let's be honest. Porto is... You'd probably rather play for Porto than Stuttgart, right? You've got a chance of winning the Portuguese league. You'll be in the Champions League. You'd rather go to Porto. So you've left Porto. You've gone to Arsenal. And you've ended up falling down the ladder past Porto to end up at Stuttgart. I mean, listen, I'm just looking for him to, number one, get him off the wage bill. Anything above about 12 million, I'd accept it, to be honest. We're going to get bumped. We're getting bumped. Well, I think we'll be lucky if we get £15 million for him, to be honest. It's a disaster of a signing it from day one, to be honest. From day one. So you got to get him out. You got to get him out. You got to get Zinni out. You got to get Sambi out. Fabio is better than what we saw of him, just like Kivior, but going another casualty. Maybe he never looked terrible when he played in the 10, but I remember in pre-season, when he was in America, he was playing right wing, and I was going, what the hell are you doing? This guy ain't a right winger. Play him in the 10. We saw that game against Brentford. He looked all right there. A lot of you saying Edu. I mean, yeah, maybe. Maybe. Arteta. Yeah, man, that recruitment was mad. That recruitment was mad. I actually don't think Fabio Vieira was a poor player. Again, I think he's technically a good player. He just doesn't suit the Prem. He's very lightweight, and we didn't play him in his normal position a lot. So, but he's got to leave. But yeah, I wouldn't call it a bomber. NC USA Gunner 25-26 Hopium. Isak goes Liverpool. They win the Prem and the Champions League. Gyökeres outscores Isak. Have 12 days left to dream. Yeah, I think the only hope we've got Arsenal this season is Gyökeres being an absolute robot and just tearing up this league to bits, scoring like 30 league goals. That's the only way you could see it happening. That's it. And even that, it just depends. If Isak goes to Liverpool and it clicks, I'm not sure there's anything any of us can do. But we've got to try. We've got to try. Stevie Wonder said, why not interview fans after the games this year? I could do. Yeah, I mean, I don't go to many games, do I? That's the problem. That's the problem. And when I do go to the games. I've been going through the Comma V tickets, and I get the lounge, and you get food after the game, so I don't rush out. But yeah, listen, maybe. Canadian Gooner, his dad, Puffer, must be excited. I don't know who we're talking about there. Apologies, bro. I forgot who we was on about. Owen said Arsenal have good defenders and backups for each position. They need a creative midfielder, a left winger. I think realistic options, Eze and Semenyo. Semenyo just signed a new contract. I think he's got like a 70 million release clause, so I don't think anyone will pay that for him. Eze would be great. You'd have to adapt slightly. He's not an out-and-out left winger. You guys know I'd go for Leao. I'd actually sign Leao over Eze, just because that blistering pace on the wing. But I do love Eze as well. I would take Eze. I'd be happy with Eze. Farhan said I would sign Leao over Eze. Yeah, well, there you go. I just said the same thing. Oh, Jacquet. Puffer Jacquet. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm with you. Apology. Community, big up yourselves. It's a rescue mission. Jeremy Jacquet. Jackie Potato. Puffer Jacquet. I didn't even finish talking about that Jacquet guy, but yeah, reports saying he doesn't even want to come to Arsenal. He feels it's too early. He needs to get more games in France, it says, before coming to Arsenal. So fair play to him. Let's see what happens with that. Final story before we round up, people. MJ said, you think you'll surpass Paul's league title drought? Nah. I mean, what was theirs? No, was theirs like 30 years? Nah. We'll win a league in the next few years, but maybe not with this manager. Bleck said, Big C, are we winning the Emirates Cup? We'll win the Emirates Cup. I don't know about the Prem. You know, that's for sure. But hopefully we finish the window good. What you're hoping is we go Old Trafford, beat them. Leeds at home, beat them. Of course, you want to go Anfield and beat them, but minimum you get a draw. Then there's a 2-week international break. Then you can finish the window. Then you're hoping by then Fabio Vieira's gone, Sambi's gone, Nelson's gone. We've raised some cash and we can go again and get another big player. That's what we need to happen. We need at least one more player. I think two. Arsenal being linked again today with Ademola Lookman. The Atalanta winger has handed in a transfer request after they rejected a 50 million euro offer from Inter Milan, saying that they wanted the release clause to be triggered. The release clause is about 60 million pounds, but no club has shown any willingness to pay the full price. He's saying that 50 million euros should have been accepted. Inter Milan would have been a big move for him, and he's very disappointed that he hasn't got the move. Now, he's being linked as an alternative for Arsenal now, especially if the price drops. I told you, man, Arsenal like a bargain, you know. All of a sudden, Lookman was 60 million, Arsenal weren't sure, but if they turn around now and go, okay, 45, 50 million. Remember, last season, in the league, he got 15 goals and 5 assists. In the Champions League, he got 5 goals in 7 games in the Champions League, plus 1 assist. Over 20 goals in all competition last season. He had a brilliant season, 27 years of age. Didn't really do great in the Prem. You know, he's played for Everton and Charlton and Leicester and Fulham. But since going to Italy, he has done the business. Scored goals in the Europa League final, scored goals against Real Madrid. He's a baller. You always worry sometimes, you know. I look at some of these players, they struggle in the Prem, they go to Italy and they rip it up, and you think, is it because the league suits them, or have they just grown up, you know? But I think if you could get Lookman for a decent price, again, I think that would be a smart signing, man. Especially, would that enable them to maybe buy 2 players if they spent less money? I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you go in for Ademola Lookman if he's available between 45 and 50 million pounds? He's definitely improved a lot. Hell of a lot. But again, if you're going to pay 50 million for him, I'd rather go and get Leao for maybe 70 or 65. But He's got goals in the Champions League. He's improved a hell of a lot. I watched that game against Real Madrid, and he was superb in that game. They couldn't live with him. So Ademola Lookman being linked with a move to Arsenal today. We definitely need that left winger. Nah, that Ornstein one's not a bomber, man. Fabrizio, Fabio Vieira, Stuttgart in talks to sign him on a permanent. I mean, it's necessary. It is necessary. We need to sell Vieira, Lokonga, Nelson, and go and raise 30, 40 million, and then maybe we can go back into the market. Gabriel's response to Richarlison, I like that. I like that. So when we played Tottenham the other day, Richarlison got man of the match. He put up a picture online of his man of the match award, and then Gabriel put a picture up of the last 3 North London derbies. He's got man of the match in all 3 of them games. So he put up a picture of all 3 of the trophies, which, yeah, decent. Yeah, I think we've got to start adjusting this, man. It's only a bomber if, like, something big is happening. Do you know what I'm saying? A bomber's got to be like, yo, you've just made an offer for Eze, or you've approached AC Milan for Leao, or Real Madrid, you're in talks for Rodrigo. It can't be. We can't be calling a bomber Stuttgart want to sign Fabio Vieira. That's just not enough. You know what I mean? That's not enough at all. But yeah, listen, I get it. We like the bomber shout, don't we? Bombers have like taken over this summer. But people, I want to say thank you to everybody locked in today. 3,200 of you in the chat. Shout out Potsy for the raid as well. Football's 12th man. Is anybody live, people? Anyone live? Do we redirect? If no one's live, we'll just get out of here. I will be back tomorrow. It'll probably be around the same time, around 4 p.m. We'll go live. And then on Wednesday, we'll be doing the watch along. I think it's a 6 p.m. kickoff on Wednesday. So, yeah, decent time. And then we'll obviously... Anyone live? Anyone live, people? Or are we getting out of here? Rants is live. Rants and Daps. Yeah, there we go. We'll redirect to Rants. And hear what he's got to say about Man United. By the way, I need to know one thing. Is that Mbuemo picture photoshopped? Because I said, no, that can't be real. Like, that can't be real. The man's belly was hanging out of his Man United shirt. I said, no, that must be photoshopped. How is he that big? If that's genuine, yo, Mbuemo, you've had a good summer, bro. I swear down. That picture, was it Photoshop? Cool, let him off. I was thinking, you can't be playing for Man United with your belly hanging out like that. That was insane. That was insane. You know what I mean? Belly gonna get you. What's going on? Man United trying to get back in Europe. Your new signing's got his belly hanging out. He's been drinking beer all year. He's devastated he plays for Man United. But anyway, people, I'm out of here. I'll be back tomorrow. Remember, we're sponsored by Match Bingo today. Scan the QR code. Hit the like button and subscribe. We'll redirect to Rants. I'll see you all tomorrow, people. Bless.